Darkmoor isn't just a city for monsters. There was a war for Darkmoor, humans versus monsters. It led to a bloody cursed well and the beginning of a vampire civil war. I went to Epic Universe and I learned damn near everything there was to know about the lore of Darkmoor. And so today, we're talking about the war for Darkmoor. If you enter the steakhouse, which is owned by Dracula and is a home for the many vampires of Darkmoor, you'll find in the back to the left a gigantic painting of a battle. In this painting, you will see humans fighting monsters. This was the war for Darkmoor. And to be clear, this wasn't just a battle between humans and vampires. If you look very closely, there are a few monsters that aren't vampires, specifically werewolves, fighting alongside the vampires. And while not depicted, we know that there are other monsters in and around Darkmoor that aren't just vampires and werewolves. There are yetis, giant spiders, trolls, witches, etc. The humans had had enough of the monsters. They created a giant army, and together they were going to destroy this monster menace. The monsters weren't having that. The Vampire Council organized all the monsters together, and they fought back. And if you're thinking, oh, did Dracula lead the battle? No, he didn't. It was actually his bride, Zarina, that was in charge of the war efforts. And not only is Zarina in this picture, she's actually at the steakhouse in the outside eating area, staked. And we'll get to that later. And I know what you're thinking, well, we've heard this story before. The humans defeat the monsters and everyone lives happily ever after. Yeah, no, the humans lost. The monsters won. In commemoration of the monsters beating the humans, they erected a well in the middle of Darkmoor, right in front of the steakhouse. And inscribed on that well, never forget, you exist by our will alone. In essence, the vampires are telling the humans of Darkmoor, you exist solely to live as our food source. And for any human that got any bright ideas to the contrary, yeah, they were spiked at that well. In fact, so many humans were spiked at the well itself became cursed, and every night it turns blood red. So if you're thinking, wait, is Darkmoor ruled by vampires? Not anymore. See, there was this vampire civil war between Dracula and the Vampire Council, and Dracula took out every damn vampire leader left and right, even his own bride, and if you want that story, you're gonna have to tune in next time. And shout out to Epic Universe for inviting me out there to talk to the employees, to learn about all the lore so I could share that information with you guys. I gotta tell you, there's so much lore, it's so fun, I can't wait to make more videos. Tune in next time for the Vampire Civil War, and have a magical day, everyone.